Hello everyone. Good morning. I'm Steve from UCAN English Tutoring, one of the leading institutions based in Sydney, Australia, that has been offering courses on a range of examinations such as IELTS, PTE, and OET examinations since 2008. I have been helping over 12,000 students to achieve their desired scores in these three different examinations. In today's video, I'm going to assess one of my students' letters. Let's go through this. She has written down the date on the top, which is good, and there is no spelling mistake. I'm happy about that. And then she has written down the addressee's contact details without any spelling mistakes. Transition Care Program Community Service, 12 West Street, Northbridge. But this Northbridge could have come in the next line. So instead of writing down the street number, street name, and the suburb in one line itself, it's better to write down the suburb's name in the next line. So instead of writing 12 West Northbridge, okay, Northbridge, please move this phrase to the next line. So once you move this phrase to the next line, QLD 4543 should be the following line, okay? That's what you have to do. And dear sir/madam, because you didn't know the name of the addressee, so it's the nursing director only, so that's good. And then regarding Mrs. Brownyn Green, date of birth 15 March 1946. It's good. There's no issue here, but she has, I think, put down colon here, but it's not that visible. All right, let's go to the introduction paragraph. I'm writing to refer Mrs. Green, who has been diagnosed with the low-grade adenocarcinoma, for which she has undergone a right hemicolectomy, right? Hemicolectomy, all right? You don't need to place a comma here. So carcinoma, comma, for which. Comma should be placed here only, for which comma, okay? So, comma for which needs to be removed, and it needs to be mentioned like this, for which comma. So comma needs to be removed before for and placed after which. All right, let's go to the next one. She requires further monitoring and dressing. There's a full stop. It's a simple sentence, and she is scheduled to be discharged tomorrow. Instead of writing down, two simple sentences, she could have used them together. Okay, that's much better. All right, that is highly recommended. So she requires further monitoring and dressing after her discharge tomorrow. That should be all right. That's much better. So you don't need to write down. Okay, so after her discharge tomorrow, add this with the second sentence, with the second sentence of the introduction paragraph. We need to ensure that we do write down crispy letter, okay, which includes all the relevant case notes. All right, do not try to expand so much, because if you could have cut down these these ones. 1 2 3 4 5 6 words can be removed. Okay, unnecessarily adding words doesn't look good. Okay, it doesn't make it impressive. All right, so it's better to write down an impressive letter which conveys the accurate information using less number of words. All right, let's go to the next one. Mrs. Green lives alone and depends on community services such as Meals on Wheels. She has a personal carer for cleaning and shopping. That's good. So this paragraph doesn't have any mistakes. However, she could have done one thing. What she could have done is adding the main idea phrase in the beginning of this paragraph. She could have added this one, socially, comma, add this phrase in the beginning of first supporting paragraph. All right, medically, she has had chronic pulmonary obstructive disease and hypertension since 2001 and 1990 respectively. If it is ongoing, then you have to use, instead of using she has had, you can say she has been experiencing, because if it is the ongoing condition, you have to use that. That's how you need to represent the information. So instead of writing down she has had, okay, she has had, she has been experiencing. Okay, that would be much better. All right, let's go to the next one. For which she is on regular medication. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. Why? Because she has already placed, the full stop here, and then she is writing down a new sentence with a capital for. This is wrong. You can't do this. Otherwise, what you should have done is you should have placed a comma here. So after respectively, let's say, all right, so after respectively, instead of full stop, you should have mentioned like this, respectively, comma. Okay, that could have been much better. And then instead of writing down capital for which, you should have written out small for which, and then there should be a comma. Okay, so it should be only one sentence. You have to mention only one sentence. Okay, so respectively for which. All right, so maybe I'll write them down together so that it will be much easier for her to understand. Okay, respectively, and then full stop, and then for which. So instead of that, what she could have done is respectively, there shouldn't be any comma. Okay, if you want to write down for which, okay, respectively for which, that would be much better. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. For which she is on regular medications. That's good. Her bowel movement is regular with the laxatives. In home, she is advised to be. She's advised to take a paracetamol 1 gram every 6 hourly. Every 6 hours would be all right. You don't say 6 hourly on every together. That's not correct. Okay. And then the other thing is in home. Okay. In home. In home. There should be a comma after this. In home. If you use any phrases that starts with the in, at, and so on in the beginning of a sentence or in the middle, you have to place a comma after that particular phrase. Okay, so in home, comma, at workplace, comma. Okay, if you write down all these things, so that's one issue. And then the other issue is every 6 hourly is not correct. Every 6 hours, that's okay. So every 6 hourly is not correct. It must be every 6 hours. Okay, sorry. Let's go to the next one. And Yenodin 2.5 milligram in case of severe pain. That's good. Everything else is good. I'm very happy for this particular paragraph. Post-operatively, remember that post-operatively is one word only. I don't know why many students didn't understand this. Post, it's actually post and then hyphen. You have to place a hyphen and then you have to write down operatively. Sorry, post and then hyphen and then operatively, and there should be a comma. Okay, I think she didn't place a comma. Let me go through this. Oh, she has placed a comma. That's good. Post operatively, Mrs. Green was transferred to ICU. Okay, instead of writing down ICU, as I already mentioned, ICU needs to be the intensive care unit. It is always important that you expand all the abbreviations in your letters. It is critical. Please understand this. Okay, you can't use abbreviations. If you use abbreviations, they make your letter more informal, which is not good. And after few days shifted to, okay, post-operatively Mrs. Green was transferred to ICU, and after a few days, okay, after few days, it must be after a few days, sorry, a few days, and then there should be a comma as well. Shifted to thoracic ward, that's okay. And then she requires oxygen 1 liter through nasal bronchs, that's okay. She's ambulatory with the wheelie walker. No, that's wrong. Why? So there are a couple of issues with this one. There's a spelling mistake plus the lack of an article. Okay, so let's go through this. With wheelie walker, that's what she has written on. Unfortunately, that is an incorrect spelling. So you should have mentioned with a wheelie walker. Okay, so wheelie. The spelling of wheelie is incorrect. So it's Wheelie and then walker, Walker. All right, let's go to the next one. However, she needs an assistant. Okay, she needs an assistant. One of the problems with her writing is that she has been using so many simple sentences instead of using a combination of simple, complex, and compound. Okay. So in this paragraph, there's no grammar mistake in the final sentence. Okay, please try to use more complex and compound sentences instead of using simple quite often. All right, it would be greatly appreciated if you could whenever you write down if in the beginning, then you have to place a comma after the first phrase, first part of the sentence. Whereas if you write down if in the end, in the second part, then the comma needs to be removed. So it would be greatly appreciated, comma. So that needs to be removed. Appreciated, comma. Remove this comma, please. Okay. If you could change your dressing 3 times a week in a week. I mean, you don't need to write in a week. A week is okay. Kindly assess her anxiety level and monitor her oxygen usage. Okay, let's say, so it's finished, I believe. Is there a full stop? I don't know whether she has placed a full stop or not. And this one sounds to be a small k. Okay. In a week, okay. Please place a full stop. Whenever you write down using a pencil, it is really important that you use punctuation marks such as commas and full stops clearly. They need to be clearly visible, please. Okay, please remember that. All right, should you have sorry, it's here. Okay, please note an occupational therapist will visit her home today to make necessary arrangements. That's good. Should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Yours sincerely, comma, the registered nurse. That's good. I'm happy with that. Everything else is all good. I'm happy with whatever you have written on in this paragraph. All right, no worries. Let's go through the assessment section now. Okay, grammar is a main area of attention. You have to provide more attention to the ways you have written down the grammatical structures. Okay, so it's not good. So the grammatical accuracy is one of the major components of your assessment criteria. Spelling could have been better. There are a couple of spelling mistakes that you have committed. For example, wheelie, that could have been better. Vocabulary could have been better as well, because you didn't use some formal words, and yeah, so it could have been much better. And use of punctuation marks articles, nouns and verbs needs to be improved. That's another issue. Connectivity is okay, but you could have added main idea phrases before every supporting paragraph. Okay, it is missing in couple of paragraphs. I mean, in the paragraph where you have asking the addressee to provide some kinds of services, you have also been missing. Okay, so that's not good. All right, what else? Let's go through that. Punctuation marks could have been better. Use more and more. Okay, yep. That's another one. Okay, use more complex and compound sentences instead of using more simple sentence. Okay, so you have been using simple sentences quite often, so that can be reduced. Okay, organization of case notes and presentation of letter are fine. I'm happy with those two things. Overall task fulfillment could have been improved. Okay, what else? Use of articles, yes, that's right. Okay, please use more sentences in passive voice, please. All right, use more sentences in passive voice structure. All right, vocabulary is fine, grammatical accuracy could have been improved, and so on. Well, yeah, I think that's it. As far as this letter is concerned. Okay, let me go through the severity and the frequency of major and minor mistakes in your letter. Okay, you have committed some of the major mistakes, and you haven't used main idea phrases in some of the paragraphs as well, so it's not that good. And you have been using more simple sentences only, and the spelling isn't good. Abbreviations weren't expanded as well. Some abbreviations, I think there are a couple of abbreviations were not expanded. That's not good. Okay, you have to write down the expansion of abbreviations instead of just using the abbreviations. To me, it sounds like let me go through the severity of the mistakes. Yeah, they're all not good. Okay, to me it sounds like a 260 out of 500 graded letter. I wish you good luck with your next letter. Don't be demotivated, because you should be able to improve your score if you're able to address these kinds of mistakes. Could you please record these mistakes on your mobile phone and then listen to them again and again? Please also ensure that you do review your previous feedback against the current letter that you have written down, and then you rectify those mistakes prior to sending it to me. If you like the assessment in this video, please like this video and share with others. If you have any valuable comments, please leave them in the comment section, and it would be of great help for me to improve. If you would like to get regular notifications on my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell button that is located on the subscription button. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you good luck with your practice. If you would like to get your first letter and first speaking conversation assessed at free of cost, please send it to me at +61 468 480 877, or you can reach me at steve@ucanenglishtutoring.com. My Facebook address is www.facebook.com/ucantutoring. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.